so I checked all the rooms in my house, checked all the windows, and then I get upstairs and my parents are just like, what are you looking at?
What happened?
I just heard banging, or a bang.
Did your parents awake?
No. They're sleeping.
They home?
Yeah, they're home. But if I'm the one awake at night, which usually I tend to be, I figure if there's a bang in the night, I'll inspect it, and hopefully me dying to a gunshot while trying to fight our invader via a small wooden stick will alert them.
Yeah, the positive of dying to that is you'll wake your parents up.
That's what I was just saying. It'll alert them.
With your screams of agony.
I would think the gunshot going off would also alert them.
Nah.
But, so anyways, I just turned on the light. First I made my phone light out our kitchen window because it looks out over our deck. And I turned on the deck light. I'm like looking around. I don't see anything, but it's set to go off and on to movement right now. So it turns off after like 4 seconds, and I flip it off and back on. It turns on, and I see it was just our little lightweight hollow plastic broom out on the deck that fell over to the wind. I heard that all the way down here with my earbuds on and decided to investigate. So I'm going to go ahead and say my perception, if I were a Fallout character, is probably a fucking 11 or 12. It's a real shame my intelligence is like 2. Because I'd be a god.
The fuck was that?
I don't know, me thinking. So, anyways, continue. Are you in the stream?
Trying to join, I should say. I'm in.
I'm in. So.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Didn't I say that? And then me?
Probably. I always thought it was like a Duke Nukem quote.
That was a quote like about me where I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, yes, it is indeed you who's made that joke a lot in the past. The hacker guy. I'm in.
Bash his fists on keyboard, I'm in.
Pushes up fucking sunglasses, I'm in. So, continuing off the theme of me being a Fallout character with a god tier stat of 12 perception and 2 intelligence. Let's bump that intelligence up to like 3 or 4. But you're not gonna like me because I was trying to see how the ending would be if I just played it without your help. I just wanted to see if I could figure it out. And I've been doing this for like the last 3 hours. No restarting, just looking around. And this isn't my true ending. Like, for instance, before I came here, I went and murdered the elephant people just because, as a way of cementing that this was not my true playthrough. And before deciding to come and try to figure out what I was doing, I uploaded my save so I can re-download it, and we can start off right where I was, go burn the tree and everything. I should mention I didn't burn the tree. I found this facility under the radio tower and really wanted to see what it did. So, then a big beating piece of meat told me it sounded really wrong, told me that I had one chance, and I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I can't resist. What the fuck is this thing talking about? And, one thing led to another, as in dream leads to doctor's house, leads to giant open tree mouth, leads to, I guess, getting free, leads to meeting the 3, looking out over their tree. They thank me, and I'm like, alright, this is weird. Leads to me getting back to the city, leads to me being an investigative journalist. Step 1, I inspected my mailbox, there was a giant staircase going into a dark basement. I was like, okay, now that seems like the thing I'm supposed to go and see about. So I tried that. Was scared to death. Found a radio and a jar of jam. I think it's this. No, that's like a chocolate jar you can find in the main game. I was gonna say I think it's like the same type of thing. It's like empty, but I think it had the same name on it. It was like Digeric or some shit. But right in that room was a radio, and I flipped it on, and it started playing that creepy shit from underneath the church. And I was like, okay, that's weird. But there was other weird shit. For instance, if you like run up and down in the city, it's like never ending. Alright. And I talked to the outside neighbor. I saw the dude feeding bread to birds. And talking to the neighbor, I ran up and I was like, why does it just duplicate? I looked inside the building. And he's like, these are my mailboxes. My mailbox is just in front of the stairs to the basement. I poked my head back out. The neighbor's still there. I ran up. Same exact building. Same exact mailboxes. I was like, what the fuck? So I ran right back down, and the lady was just gone. I was like, what the fuck? So I went in, I checked all the mailboxes, found my mailbox, went in the basement, found that radio, and I flipped through it, and it kept like changing, and then eventually it sounded like voices were coming through it, and every time I tried to flip through it, it just wouldn't change, I guess. It would like sound like it was staticky, but then would come back to the same channel, voices coming through it. And I moved around a bit as I happened to like click X on it to flip it again, because I wanted to see what was in the corner of the room. And I noticed it flipped and said like switch off when I tried moving. I was like, what? But I'd seen that glitch before, so I tapped X on it again. There was no option to switch off, and I was like, it must have been a glitch. But just in case, I just spammed X to flip through, and it like broke it, and everything went dark, and it screamed, and I heard like banging. Couldn't find out where the banging was. Went upstairs. What did I do? I found some dude was laying on the floor, and that intrigued me, and he was like, hey, yo, give me a coin, eh? Got a loony or a toonie? I was like, fuck off, old man. Couldn't interact with him. There was some bitch crying in a building. I thought it was the woman crying anyways. I banged on the door. Nothing happened. Or I didn't bang on it, I just tried to open it. But nothing happened. As I was leaving, I started sprinting away at fucking Mach 8 because I was getting scared. It fucking opened up and I was like, oh! So I ran back. I was peeping through, and then just before the fucking door closed, I like moved and saw some like PT looking ass fetus laying on the floor, and the door slammed in my face. And it went ring, like it made some fucking noise, and I was like, oh god, PT vibes. The fucking roads are repeating. All the buildings are the same. I'm in an L. I started having like Vietnam flashbacks. I was like next to the old man skitzing out. I couldn't find anything else interesting. The loop just kept repeating, so I went upstairs. Some dude sweeping. Went south, then went north. Found some cracks in a wall. Seen that beating piece of meat thing, beating heart. And then I very quickly noticed that my room on the left side of the hallway repeated over and over again, so I just kept running. And of course, dude, I can't explain how much I love this game. I can't explain how much I love this game. It's like, what, am I still in the forest? I don't know what's happening. But it's like the forest is trying to trap me or trick me, and it starts procedurally generating this hallway. And the more you run, it can't keep up, and it starts like turning into roots. At some point, the roots just ended. And I was like, what the hell? So I wanted to go back to the roots and go into one of the rooms that had roots all over it. But, of course, I went south, and there's just nothing there. So I left. Controller's died. I just walked out into the black. I thought it was a wall that I'd run into, but nope. I could walk out, and it sounded like I was on grass. I was like, what the fuck? So I tried moving to the left, and I could just go past where the walls used to be, so I walked up through the darkness outside of the hallway towards one of the rooms, and then it just went and like did the dream sequence thing. And I was like, oh, I just fucked up. Oh, I just fucked up. I should have gone into a room. Fuck. But then I just woke up inside the room, and he was like, my room. I was like, oh my god, I've broken the simulation in too many ways. Are you there, by the way? I don't want to find out I'm just talking.
I'm listening. We're just waiting for you to play the fucking game!
We? What other fags do you have there watching me? Okay, well anyways, I'm in the room, right? I start moving shit around, bada bing, bada boom. I have officially broken the simulation. I am... Oh, what's that fucking mean? I am the sleepy. I am become sleepy, the goer to bed.
I am the becomer of sleepy, the goer to bed.
I am become sleepy, the goer to bed. At least I got to eat some soup on the stove.
Enter! Enter! Now this is where everything comes together.
I'm a sleeper, bro, I knew it!
You're not a sleeper, dumbass.
I'm one of those fucking...
Yeah, you are, I'm joking.
I knew it! My hat.
So what happened was, when you went through the tunnel, like, follow the road, you went towards that, and you started stripping your clothes off, and you fell down and fell asleep. Now you're awake. This is the heart of the forest.
Don't say anything else. Oh yeah, one of the first things I found when I got to the building was a lump of mushrooms down in the basement. I was like, well, this ain't real. This ain't it, Chief. So these people got away too, but they just fell asleep and accepted reality.
Make sure to read each one of their names.
Okay. Okay. Yo, are we down inside that big gorge? Like, you know how you'd see the destroyed Earth in a giant, like, root-filled valley or whatever? Is that what this is? We're down there.
You're not down there per se, but
Something...
that's one of the roots of the heart of the tree. Yeah, say, it's not even a tree.
Fuck these goddamn stones.
Yeah, there's a burnt guy to a crisp right there.
Yeah, I did see that.
Squeezes an old man's photo in her sleep.
Oh, you can see it fucking like undulating under the ground.
I'd be more bothered by the flies flying around.
I would be much more bothered by a giant living being under the earth than some flies, not gonna lie.
If I was in that fucker situation, I wouldn't have to worry about a goddamn thing. I'd have blown my brains out already.
Nice tits. Cody's referring to them as it. There is a pair of legs and ass sticking out of the ground there with both feet cut off. There's another one right here all dried up. I just realized there's a lot of different dead bodies under there. Fuck your shadow still. This game is the ultimate anti-tree hugger game, isn't it? Really gives you a disdain for nature. Abandon nature, return to concrete. Walk on this.
Just to walk across the log.
Already figured it out. Believe it or not, the stream is like 15 seconds. Okay. We're gonna burn the forest down, aren't we?
What?
We're gonna burn this forest to the ground, right?
I told you it's not a forest. I didn't mean to call it that.
Well, you know what I mean. We're gonna burn this living thing to the ground.
I don't know. How the fuck would I tell you if you did? You're like so close to beating it, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you.
I think we do. I absolutely.
Okay.
I haven't found that guy with the flamethrower yet, and you reacted weirdly when I said that.
Huh? And I reacted immediately?
The other day when I messaged you, and I was talking about my theory about the fucking. I said something about us becoming like one with the woods.
Said how the fuck? I was meaning, how the fuck did you get to that conclusion?
I really think that's what we do. I never found the flamethrower guy. I found the elephants. I found the doctor a bunch of times. This one ain't even sleeping. Hey. Hey. Bitch, wake up. Bitch, wake up.
So much larger this she is than you. They are the ones that are worshipping.
Maybe? My guy isn't bent over though. It's hard to tell like his light. It does look like they're a bit bigger though.
It's because they've been bowing so much, their bones have become, pulled out of their sockets.
Ah! You're right, they even like fucking jiggle like jello. God, bitches. What's in there? I can talk to whatever it is. Fuck you, demon. Oh, get me out of here.
You know who that is?
Yeah, it's the guy with the fucking flamethrower, bro.
It's Maciak.
Yes, the name from the book.
The book!
The book. The book of secrets. You... He's one of us. Fucking take it. Yeah, bro. I killed plenty of maniacs.
Now it begins, Connor. Do it. Burn them all. Burn them all! walk towards the thing and do it.
Are we gonna die?
Fucking game. Jesus, you're like so close. Let's go up to the left if we can. Oh, okay. Oh, then left way. Oh, the gap. Congratulations. You have the true ending. Burn them all.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
You got the true ending, like I said before. Burn them all. Throughout the whole time. But you killed a lot of people that I wouldn't have killed. But you did in a weird way. Like, you've done shit that I've never expected anybody to do while playing Dankwood. It's really weird. You there? Hello?
I'm just thinking. I think this is my favorite game.
Makes you think of that.
I don't know. I've just been sitting here comparing it to Bloodborne. I think it's my favorite.
So you were right. The three people that went into the woods was you, the doctor, and Matiak. You three were sent in by the military. Go and kill the being.
So, I remember talking about that one point. I don't remember. I do remember when I was playing through, I said, so what, are we a part of like a team that was sent here or something like that? Because it was when I was talking about the third base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look under the bed. That's what that thing was saying. Dude. In the last base, look under the bed. That's what it said.
Yep. So what happened was you three were sent there by the military to destroy the being. Because the being had consumed most of Poland.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so, one thing I was wrong about, because I didn't know that the traitor was like a clone, or anything like that. I do remember when I brought up that idea, I asked if it was, like, the traitor, that guy, what was his name, Matiak?
Matiak.
And potentially us. But I remember at first I also thought that the notes talking about Matiak, quote unquote, were the traitor. So
The traitor was just a fungal clone of you. The wolf was a mutant.
That's so weird. The wolf is a mutant, I get that. The villagers and the doctor, they're all people that just lived in these woods.
Yep.
But okay, so the wolf is a mutant. Was he also, I am to assume, just an inhabitant of the woods at some point? Or is he like a dog that became a man? Because he doesn't look like a werewolf, he looks like a dog. You know, he looks like a German Shepherd or some shit.
It's not certain. People have like alluded that maybe he was an arms dealer, like a black market arms dealer that lived in the village, and everybody cast him out because of it.
And then he ended up. And that would be why, explain a little bit why he was spiteful towards the village. Okay. Hold on. So I wanted to ask, what's the deal with the traitor exactly? The fact that there's just this fungal clone of you that's like independent.
So what happened was, what it's thought to be was one of those mushroom guys that burst out of the ground to kill you. He was one of the first mushroom guys, and he burst out of the ground to kill you. But he saw you like get knocked out, and he was like, and so he assumed your form. But he, if I remember correctly, he was wearing a radioactive suit. He was one of the first people to go in there to look after the being, or look at the being.
Yeah, that's
and the
true.
mushrooms consumed his
I found
form.
that scarecrow. Well, it's hard not to find the scarecrow when you escape
former
the
body.
road.
And his former body, take it, and you put the radioactive shit on there. He puts it on there, and then his former body, he dies. Mushrooms consume him, and the mushrooms, they see you. He bursts out of the ground and starts chasing after you, I guess, or falling behind you, and you don't even notice it. And he notices you get knocked out by the doctor, you found by the doctor. The doctor takes you, blah blah blah. The guy's peering through the fucking windows as the mushroom man now. And he assimilates your body, I guess. Your form. And he looks a lot like you. And
his face was definitely different. Like, you can't see his face super well, but you can see that his face is like... Okay, so...
Then he
explain that again
realizes
to me
you're
a
about to
little
be
bit.
attacked.
He's a guy who went in one of those radioactive suits. I know when I was leaving, I found a scarecrow made out of the radioactive suit, and there was like a radioactive suit boot on the ground, and some trousers or some shit as you're walking along the road. Would those have been his real clothing?
That was what he was wearing. Not your character, but the traitor.
The traitor, I get that. So he was a guy. He was a real guy. And he must have like died in the woods.
All the mushroom men were, and they died, yeah.
And then the mushrooms just like started growing as the woods was doing something to him.
Yep.
But for some reason he like regained some sentience or something.
Yeah.
Like it revived him almost. So maybe he didn't fully die. Maybe he was like dying.
Yep.
But he didn't fully go out, and the woods like preemptively started claiming his body. Huh. And so he's just like, oh, yo, that guy's pretty cool. I like that guy. It was
either with a Wolfman, I think either he was like a black market arms dealer, or he was a doctor. I forget which one it was, but whichever one it was, people didn't like him because of it. Because he would either kill everything he saw as a hunter, or he would just sell people fucking AK-47s.
Whoever the wolf was prior to becoming a wolf, you know he was a piece of shit already.
Yep. So, like, in the true ending of the game, the protagonist does not kill the Wolfman.
I figure.
And he's said to have an unknown fate. He just kind of vanishes.
I was gonna ask you because, first of all, if I were to do things again, I would make a lot of different decisions. Like I said, I didn't want to look anything up. I just wanted to play and enjoy the ambiguity, if that makes sense. Ambiguity of like not knowing what's right and wrong. I wasn't supposed to kill the wolf. That's so weird. It's not that I think you're supposed to as a good guy thing, but I don't know, it felt right. Like, I don't know, I remember I was in his base, and he devoured that chick, and I was just like, he'd showed me the doctor's path right, I'd come back, and I'd seen that I didn't have inventory space when he rewarded me, and there was a rifle on the ground. I was like, oh, that's nice, I got a fucking bolt action, bro. And I was just like, walking around his base, and time was going by, I didn't know what to do with the rest of that day. And I was like, talking to him. That's right, I showed him the box, and he was like, "You'll never figure that out," or whatever. And I was like, "I got this in that dream about the church." So I ran south of his base where the church happened to be right there. And I looked around there, saw that the trap door was open, the locket was on the ground, all that shit. I can't remember if I got attacked. I did all that crap. That's actually one of the few times I looked something up, by the way, not to spoil anything. But what happened was I went down into the basement, and you know how you can see forward through some logs or whatever? And you can see into the room? I was like, oh fuck, I have to have like an axe to break through this. So I left. And who drops an axe? I got really fucking lucky and somebody literally has an axe. But that took me like an in-game week before I ended up finding a dude with an axe. I don't remember how the fuck you can get an axe, but I got an axe. Because I know you can't craft one until you get to the swamp, because apparently pliers don't exist anywhere but the swamp. That's another thing I looked up, was where do I get pliers? So my bad. I looked up a few things, it was always something small like that. But the only thing I looked up about the church was because I went back with the axe and started trying to chop at the wood, and it wouldn't break. And I was like, what the fuck do I do then? I was getting really mad, because I wanted to see what the hell was in that box. I wanted to prove the wolf wrong. And then, I think I can see why this is leading up to me being angry enough to kill the wolf.
You're an idiot.
I look up the church, and you just have to go. I didn't even read anything. You know how when you look up a wiki article on your phone, there's a picture of the area or whatever, or something relevant? The fucking picture showed that directly up through the darkness, where it looked like it was just a wall, there's a light, and you can just walk through the hallway. So that's one of the things I looked up, was something retarded like that, and I was like, I fucking walked up, did all that. I did read a little bit actually, because before I went up, I'm a piece of shit, I'm not gonna lie. In that moment I was like, I'm gonna just give myself the advantage. And the only thing that did for me was I'd already seen there were dogs everywhere, and I read that if you kill the black chomper in the dream, then there's no chompers in there. Instead, there's a wolf. There's dogs everywhere, and I was like, yes. I hate chompers, dude. I hate chompers and those centipede guys. Although I got good at fighting those centipede guys with the axe at the end of the game. Actually, be proud. I was fucking juking like crazy. I was a god. Spider guys, I could take on. They jump really far.
So, I just want to say that following the Wolfman throughout the game is said to be the evil thing to do, because he wants to cause chaos.
I get that, but I felt it. I've just vibed with him for so long.
He wanted Pietrek. If you talk to him about Pietrek, he would get you to set up Pietrek's rocket ship to turn into a bomb, and it'd explode up and destroy his house. He would have you eat the mushroom lady, killed the musician.
Wait. He would have me eat the mushroom lady. I did eat the mushroom lady. Wait, can he be in the swamp?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
He can be throughout the whole game.
Fuck! Nah, man. I still stand by my choice. I was sitting there and I was like, you narcissistic piece of... And I just, like, faked leaving the room and then turned around and cracked his skull open with a fucking axe. You hit like a girl. As I fucking pulled out my shotgun, aimed at him, and blew the top of his head off. It was so cinematic. I stand by it. I feel that so much. Not as in, like, oh, I enjoyed murder or anything like that, but it just feels... I don't know, it fits the game. He was such a piece of shit. I felt used. He made it, like, clear that he was using me, and I still just vibed with the fact that he was gonna help me anyways. But, I don't know if I told you this, I also murdered the chicken lady. I eventually went back, and she was still the only person alive in the village, minus some chick, like, freaking out in a bed in her backyard, with a burned corpse chained to a fucking oven. And I killed the lady in the bed, because I killed everybody else, and it said that she was some disease victim, and I was like, fuck. I don't know. So I went back. I talked to the chicken lady, and I stopped talking to her, and it saved, right? And I thought, I'm gonna whack her in the head with my axe to see what happens. Because it just saved. I can just, like, quit out. And I whacked her in the head, and she died instantly, and it saved because I killed a major character. And I was like, fuck. So, I didn't kill the chicken lady necessarily because I planned for that to be what I was gonna do, but it saved. So that was my playthrough. I murdered the chicken lady after getting all the information to go to the doctor's house, and had already been to the doctor's house and killed the wolf. I killed the chicken lady and found out that there's definitely more ways to figure out where to go to how to get to the doctor's house.
If you, like, completed it, like, complete the wolf's fucking storyline, at the end of the game, it's like the wolf finally satisfied his hunger, and it says something like, after he finished gnawing on the bones of the chicken lady's sister, he disappeared into his hideout, and supposedly, for the rest of his existence, started chasing his own tail.
What?
He supposedly spent the rest of his existence chasing his own tail. Which means he probably spent the rest of his time inside of his hideout, waiting. Because if the military found him, Polish military, they would have killed him. But he spent the rest of his time in his hideout, hiding. After he'd eaten and killed most of the inhabitants of the village.
Now, okay, so what happens to the chicken lady if I don't kill her?
Many things. Many things. So
okay,
it depends upon what
I'm guessing
you do.
It's what happens to her if I didn't kill her and didn't give her sister the wolf, and what happens to her if I did give her sister the wolf but didn't kill her.
Depends. Do you give her to the musician?
What if I did nothing?
Did nothing?
Do I have to follow
Then-
either quest lines? I think
You don't.
Wait,
You can just leave him there. You can leave any character in the game there.
that's what I was
If
just,
you
I was
just-
gonna say earlier. I think next time if I play through, I'm not gonna do anything with Peter.
If you decide to do that, then like the chicken lady and her sister, like she'll try to carry her sister out of the house. If you burn them all, she'll try to carry her sister out of the house, and the roof will collapse and kill them both.
What if I kill their sister but not the chicken lady?
Then she'll let the flames consume her in the house, and just sit there as the flames envelop the house.
Help me, chickens. What? Okay, so actually don't tell me what happens with Putrin, because when I play through again, I don't think I'm gonna build Putrix rocket. I'm definitely not gonna blow him up either. I'm not gonna do anything with the wolf ever again. I pretty much intentionally, like when I was playing early on, I was like, you know what, okay. I'm just not gonna care about being the good guy. I'm gonna like play. Means to an end. And I really enjoyed playing that way, so that's why I went with the wolf initially. And when I know, fuck. Now I feel like I should play through again with the wolf, so I can see him in the swamp. I fucking killed him. I still stand by what I did, but I can see why you were saying. What were you saying earlier? You saw me do things no one else has done in Dankwood. Are you talking about the fact that I killed the wolf, but not
You
the
killed the
doctor?
wolf at the like pinnacle of his storyline.
I did?
Yes, you murdered the wolf at the pinnacle of his storyline. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen anybody do that before. That's fucking strange. But hey, I like it. Like the Dankwood devs would be like, not bad. Not
bad,
bad,
it
kid.
felt Dankwood. Just the moment was right.
Dankwood.
Everything built up to that, and I was like, I'm killing you. You're a piece of shit. I hate you.
Everything that you did, you were like bloodthirsty with everything. Like you murdered the entire village. I was like, huh. Well, not bad. Not bad at all.
See, I chose to... I can't quite remember. That's going a little further back. That's going like 2 weeks real time back, so I can't remember exactly why I made that decision. I was there
Just
You know,
killed way more people than I thought you would. I figured you would eat the mushroom lady.
that one seemed really. See, I didn't mean to eat her, but when I decided, she just never woke up as I was picking mushrooms off her. I didn't even need mushrooms. I was really curious. I wanted to see what would happen. And when
An idiot.
I tugged on the last mushroom, it didn't say anything like, it feels like the rest of her skull's gonna fucking rip out. He's just like, it's a little more in there. Should I give it a tug? And I was like, give her a tug. And then the fucking picture changes and you cleaved like the entire center portion of her skull out. And I was sitting there with my fucking hand over my mouth and I was looking at her dopey picture. And I was sitting there and I was like, well, this is my life now. Consume away. Because I saw it fucking save and I was like, fuck. Goddamn dude. Yeah, so I ate the mushroom lady and then found out the kid was indeed in the room right below her and I was like, fuck. Question.
Answer.
What happens if I don't eat her?
Depends. What do you
Does she
mean?
give you like a
which one?
quest?
Yes. Did you not take the little kid and take him back to the elephants?
I did, yeah.
Okay. It was that quest. The wolfman would be like, I hate that bitch. Whenever you're talking about the mushroom lady. He'd be like, eat her.
Eat her. Eat her. I love this game. This is exactly the kind of game. You know how I said I didn't care about spoilers until I ended up playing Breath of the Wild without having ever known anything about it? And it being my first Zelda, so I knew nothing about, like, Legend of Zelda in general. That game single-handedly changed my opinion about spoilers. Like, I'm not gonna be rage-filled if somebody spoils something for me, but I'm gonna be pretty fucking disappointed, depending on the spoiler. And this is the perfect... Breath of the Wild is a really good example of, like, spoilers no. Bloodborne is, like, top tier. This fucking game is... If you know anything, it's already slightly ruined. If you know fucking anything, I will never be able to experience how perfect this game was on first playthrough again, because when I make a new game and spawn in the dry meadow, there's no fear. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna go get a fucking board, make some nails, run straight to the Silent Forest, not even wait a single day, bash in that stupid savage's head, take his staff, top tier weapon. I love this staff. I don't care what anybody says, it's the best weapon in the game. Minus like an axe or shovel, fully upgraded of course, but you know what I mean. It's good for keeping things off of you, it's got such good range. So it's really good until like you get a really high tier weapon. And then I'm just gonna like, I don't know what I'd do from there, but you know what I mean. I spent like 21 days in the dry meadow on my first playthrough. I think I went to the Silent Forest on day 23. That is what I did on night 24. Day 24 was my first day in the Silent Forest after surviving the night there. So I would never do that again. But I was so enveloped in like the cycle of the day, getting my first watch, finding the fucking everything, just looting, just being a little rat. Finding the dog and going and see him every once in a while, trying to figure out, like, not knowing how you get reputation with him, and then finding out that I had no idea how prominent trading was, for example. Like, if I played again, I would probably buy a steady supply of metal pipes and make guns, like, all the time. But I saved everything. I saved everything I had to the point where I was talking about having problems with storage, and that mentality continued all the way till I was about to leave the second hideout. And I started realizing, what am I doing? I have guns. I'd started to learn how to trade, so I had ammo. And I'm sitting there with like a single shotgun and a pistol I've never used. And when I went to the third hideout, my entire viewpoint changed, and like at the perfect. This is one of the most well-designed games I've ever fucking seen. And if you watched tutorials, if you spoiled Jack anything, fucking anything, it doesn't build naturally. It's perfect. It's the perfect game. Even if you're like not into horror or like the themes of Dankwood itself, it is like perfect. And what's great, minus maybe the swamp, but I mean, no, still minus the swamp. I cheated a little bit in the swamp, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking reloaded my game at one point and bought like a ton of ammo at some point. I bought like 10 rounds of each. I shouldn't have done that. If I hadn't done that, I would say definitely minus the swamp if you made a build that doesn't use melee, because that's why I started trying to use melee towards the end, to like prove that I didn't need guns, because I felt bad about buying ammo. What was I saying? Once I got to the third hideout, my whole mentality changed, and I just started using stuff. I started using Molotovs and gas bombs and ammo, and it's like, you realize the game is not scary, and it's not hard. It's actually really forgiving. Especially, I'm playing on normal, right? So I could just die and pick up my shit. I only died, I think technically I died like 4 times. 3 of them I reloaded on because I'm a pussy. One of them, I don't remember how I died, but I know I died. I ran out and got my stuff. The second time I died was right at the end, because I don't know how I did this. I went into my room at like 1837, and I went and sat in a corner in the swamp, and I forgot to pause and went up and ate dinner, and I came downstairs and I died, obviously. So there's my second true death, I guess. I was like, oh well, fuck. But I don't know. This is perfect game, perfect fucking game. If you have anything spoiled for you, you're not afraid in the beginning. You know nothing's gonna happen. What is one savage gonna push through your wardrobe? That hinders entirely on your pre-knowledge. I knew nothing, so sitting in the fucking corner of my house every night was like the most intense experience I'd ever had. If I did that again, I'd probably just walk around my house and wait for the door to knock or something. I don't know, one savage gonna come up, a dog maybe? I'm probably making guns at this point, you know? It sucks because it's I really wish I could erase my memory and play it again. I wonder if I'd make the same decisions. Fuck's sake. So that's what I was thinking about earlier when I said I was thinking during the credits. I was comparing it to Bloodborne, I was comparing it to Zelda. So my top 3 games, maybe. And then it hurts to hear somebody like Dottie say they won't play it because it's top down and that doesn't interest them. It's not their style of game. It's like, dude, you used to play like StarCraft and shit, and Diablo. What do you top down bothers you, bro? This game, dude, this game. Please. And of course, something that is really ragging me is I really hope I didn't spoil anything or ruin anything for JD when I was watching him play that day, because I feel like I was giving too much information. But it's like, it's so exciting when you're watching somebody, you don't want to watch them die because you didn't tell them something. You there?
Yeah. Listening to you.
Well, I don't know, I guess I have a lot to say, but don't know really how to say it. It's all in me noggin, eh? I've got ADHD. All the points I wanted to make, I ended up getting sidetracked and going off on another point before getting sidetracked and going off on another point. It's an endless cycle of idiocy, eh? I remember seeing gameplay on this a long time ago. Well, not a super long time ago, not like years or anything. It would be like sometime last year before the quarantine and everything happened. I remember seeing something, and it was like an article or something like that, and it showed like a brief video clip of, I think it was the prologue? I can see it perfectly in my mind, but you know how the game is random every time? So the way the building was tilted and everything, I can't necessarily say I remember what building it was. But it was like nighttime and he goes inside a house. And I remember the way the graphics looked and everything, it was like, it's fucking surreal. When I first saw it, I was like, what is that? That looks terrifying. It was the grain filter and everything. I was like, what the fuck? It was creepy as hell. Then I never saw anything about it again. And then suddenly I see Dankwood available in the store, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I see it's for sale or something and mention it to you, and you're like, yeah, it's really fucking good. And I was like, what the hell, you have this game? I've seen it a long time ago. You're like, it's so fucking good. I don't know what else to say. If I was recording this, I'd make a, you know that Outlast 2 demo video I made where I did that joke interview at the end? I'd make like a legit, or interview, I meant review. I'd make a legit review of this game. Oh, I could talk forever about how much I like this game. What happened? Oh, that's right, I said it would go. So a review of what did I just decided with the wolf, I guess. It's hard to remember everything I decided to do in the beginning. I never was able to do the wedding, by the way. I think that if you don't answer the knock when it happens, you're just kind of doomed to not have it happen, because I ended up going back and staying in the dry meadow for like a week, and I never got a knock, and I was like, oh, damn it. But before I left for the swamp, out of spite, I ran all the way back with all 3 wedding rings, mind you, even the fake one from the wolf, because I killed him for it, apparently. So I ran back all the way to the dry meadow before going to the swamp, and just wanted to see if having those rings on me would do anything, and it didn't, so I shot that bitch spinning around in the front yard or whatever, then ran off to the swamp. What'd you do your first playthrough?
I went through.
Wait, I can continue my profile?
Yep. I didn't kill the wolf. Or I didn't talk to the wolf. I didn't follow his storyline. I talked to him a couple of times. I didn't like what he was selling to me. I did the musician's path, so I gave him the key. I killed his parents so he didn't die. After that...
See, I have no idea what you just talked about. You can meet the musician's parents?
Yeah, if you don't kill the musician's parents and they murder him. Trick, I gave him everything for the ship, because I know what happens if you don't do it for him. I didn't know what happens. Back then I didn't. I know now, and I'm glad I went with that choice. I built his rocket and gave him everything for it. After that, when the old man
Yo, wait, I have a
burnt down the
guess.
talking.
If you didn't kill the wolf and you didn't do anything for Pietrek, does the wolf fucking, like, kill and eat him?
No.
No? Okay. Does it just burn alive?
No. He watches the flames as they engulf the forest, but they don't touch his house, if I remember correctly. But,
So wait,
anyway.
why is that worse?
Because he wants to go to space. He wants to see the stars. And it talks about how he's depressed and he looks outside the flames as he has tears streaming down his face because he realizes he won't get to see the stars.
Oh.
And, after that, when the old man, I burnt down the talking tree, the three ran inside of the flames and perished with the flames. The elephants, I let the granny keep the child. She's taking better care of him than the elephants were. The elephants died in the flames.
Wait.
Engulfed them.
You can let the granny take care of the child?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
And the granny will have a brief moment of humanity. She'll realize that she is human once. And while she's looking at this kid playing, she thinks she was human once and she remembers being a human being for just a minute. The elephants, they die in their house, they burn to death. The doctor bashed his skull in.
I gotta say something about the doctor. Maybe don't say too much about him. I found him in front of the elephants after the junkyard, I think. And he had like already started going crazy, and I was like, oh boy, oh boy. And then where do you see him again? I found him again somewhere else, and he was like, I mean, clinically insane. By that point, it wasn't like he was losing it. He'd fucking lost it already. And I never found him again after that. He'd stuck like, he had mud all over him, and he looked like one of the savages. In my ending, I remember it said that he never woke up. Even as the flames drew near. Was I supposed to find him in a house somewhere, or did he even have a base? I have no idea what happened with the doctor. I just know I saw him in the junkyard. He was like, hey, you're a prick. And then he went fucking batshit insane. You can tell me, like, if I can find him and do other stuff with him.
I know you, I think you can. I think you can find him and speak to him one last time. I think he's fucking crazy.
I feel really bad for the doctor. See, I was hoping when I found the radio tower, you know how the radio would, like, play voices and stuff? I was hoping what was driving them crazy was coming from the radio tower, and I'd be able to shut it off. But instead I found that hatch. I'm still racking my brain over the fact that the wolf can be in the swamp.
Yeah, the wolf's a fucked up motherfucker.
I just realized the beat in the background of the music is the heartbeat.
What now?
The background music. Do you hear the beat in the background? Boom.
So, the military sent you three in to go and kill the tree, or kill the being. And the military's like, I told you this is a suicide mission. You're not coming home.
So they, like, volunteered essentially to give their lives to destroy the Dankwood.
Yeah. They told you, hey, you're not coming home. Like, this is gonna be a sacrifice mission. This is gonna be a suicide one. Like, you three are not coming home. The doctor was like, every three of them, all three of them were okay with it. The whole being in the woods, they grew this sense of they have something left to go back to. They can't leave. Like, the doctor has children. Masiek, I think it was his mother. He was freaking out about, I don't really remember. Then you, it was your dog and your wife.
So
your wife you never
none
had.
of them had those things.
Yeah. Did you see your wife whenever you went back to the city?
No.
Exactly.
And the dog was just a dog that you'd see in the woods?
Yep. You never had any of those things? You were just a guy living in an apartment that was a part of the member of the military?
And you sign up to fucking save the world? Our guy really is like the ultimate Chad.
Yep. And
the
something
hold on,
happens.
the trader's saying, don't leave. Did he, like, know, kinda?
He knew that he would die if you left. Either due to the military, due to you burning down the place. He also knew you would die. He knew you. He knew your mission. He knew your mission was to kill yourself, to save the world, basically, to save Poland. So you did it. He didn't want you to die, I mean. But all three of you went into the woods with the sole purpose of sacrificing yourself to destroy the being. And Masiek was going to be the one that goes into the heart of the beast and burns it down. You and the doctor were meant to be his support. You were meant to protect him. And if anything happened to Masiek, you two would pick up the flamethrower and take the job yourselves. The doctor went batshit insane, thought he was a doctor, lived in a house that was in the woods, it wasn't his, and he created a fucking entire lore in his head of him being this doctor, and doing horrible experiments on the people that lived there in the town, in the village.
So when I felt bad for him and bought his, like...
His spiel? You
his
bought into
spiel
that
about...
being spiel.
So
he thinks
he's
that's
just insane.
True.
He has...
Yeah, all of you are insane.
It's not that he went
all
insane
three.
in the swamp, he was always fucking crazy.
Well, no, he wasn't always fucking crazy. He did go insane.
No, I mean, by the time I meet him in-game as me, the player, he's insane. He fucking beats me in the woods. He doesn't even know who I am.
Yep. you three walked in there together into the forest for the sole mission of taking that being down. Masiak, I think Masiak was the first to go fucking insane.
Yeah,
he ran off into the
because
woods
the
with his
notes
flamethrower.
say that he went insane.
He ran off into the woods screaming about something, hooting and hollering, and then you guys never saw him again. And he took the flamethrower with you, or with him, and you two were like, oh fuck.
Oh, that's right. The notes say that he was sitting there crying about his mother or some bullshit, and they have no idea what he's talking about, and they want him to stop. And then the next day, he like disappears and took the flamethrower and a bunch of their supplies with him.
Yeah. And so, what happened then in the lore is that you went out to go and find food. You went out to go and try to fucking salvage whatever you could find, and the doctor went to the village to go and fucking question the villagers. You guys split up. And then, it's not really known what happens to you, but something happens to you and you get fucked up. Your entire face and everything about you is just fucking destroyed. Like your whole body is fucked. Like if you've seen your face in the mirror, that's what you look like. Something happened to you, but they don't know what you look like. What happened to you? Nobody knows. But the doctor, he went to the village, and they were like, "Who are you?" And the being was like, "You're a doctor. You're a doctor. You're a doctor. You're a doctor." And he was like, "I'm a doctor. I'm here to help you all." And he slowly began dissecting them and fucking doing terrible shit to them. And then he finds you. Because I think what happened to you, my theory at least, is as soon as you split away from him to go and look for food, and to look for Masiak, something happens to you around the same time it happens to the doctor, and you strip all your clothes off of you, and you're running around freaking out, and killing things with your bare hands and shit. And somehow your body gets fucking scarred to hell and back. And like disfigured. And you walk up to a scarecrow and take the scarecrow's clothing. And then fucking run off into the wilderness. And you become like a fucking spirit of the woods, basically. Living out there at the night, during the night. Surviving.
You know how the mushrooms explode and poison you?
Yeah.
And those sleepers, like, spew acid at you?
Yeah, but that's not how it would be for your character, though. Your character's, like, horribly disfigured.
I'm just saying, what if that links
It's
into
like,
why the mushroom pile that was being converted ended up, like, taking your form in a sense?
I don't know.
Maybe
I
you,
really
like,
don't know
fucking, when
why.
you're getting scarred, you, like, ran into a sleeper in a mushroom pile and rolled the sleeper into the fucking mushroom pile and it woke him up. And you are, like, covered in this acid burning and shit. And as he's, like, waking up, he starts, I don't know, turning into you or something.
I mean, think about it. Character isn't really... It's your own lore, your own perception of what could have happened.
Yeah.
For the trader, I think the trader, something happened. He became a clone of you. He got a radiation suit, put the radiation suit on, and he became a clone of you.
I feel like maybe he saw you get the scarecrow clothing and put it on, and then he went and did the same thing after becoming a clone of you, but he found a scarecrow that had, like, that radiation suit on it.
Or he stole Masiak's radiation suit.
Oh. Yeah, maybe? See, here's what's weird, though. Okay, you escaped through the tunnels, right? And then you apparently fell asleep and started taking your clothing off. But...
Yep.
Similarly to when you're in your apartment, you're no longer scarred.
Yeah.
That's something that's weird to me. So the reason I'm bringing that up is Masiek is also there and unclothed, but there's like, other than the fact that the tunnel is sealed behind you, it's almost like wherever you were when you burned the tree down was like completely disjointed from everything else. And very much so brings up the question, why weren't you scarred anymore? Was it the fact that you had the mental power to wake up? That like...
Oh, you're talking about in the area with the bang?
Yeah, you're no longer scarred.
You're still fucked up. You're still scarred.
Like it. You still had like pale white skin. You're just a white dude with fucking like balding spot.
No, your face was completely like, I don't think you understand. Your face looks like the fucking chainsaw guy from Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I've seen his face.
Like, your face looks like that during the whole game.
But, yeah, his skin, he didn't have a white skin tone. He had, like, a burnt, fucked up ghoul look. You know what I mean?
Well, it made me think of,
he wouldn't have had hair. I'm saying he's so fucked up, he wouldn't have even had hair. You
had all these fucking, like, ideas floating around your head, like, oh, you know, I'm in a dream and shit like that. For me, Connor, what I had to go off of was like these small little things. I felt like a fucking detective trying to learn what was happening. And when I got to the city, I was like, this isn't over. I went and I talked to the fucking bird guy because I felt like he was gonna fucking freak out when he sees my face.
What do you mean I had all these ideas about being in a dream and stuff?
Yeah, you fucking like knew everything. You like pieced it together. Is I was like, oh fuck, something ain't right here.
I mean, when I was running to the city, I thought I escaped.
Oh, well, when I got into the city, I was like, something doesn't feel right. Something's not right here.
Oh, okay, I'll say this. Maybe I didn't fully believe that I escaped. The only thing that made me feel weird was the fact that as I was getting away from the woods, it really didn't feel like the woods were ending. And then when you come to the city, it was like the woods were as thick and dark as ever. And then you're just suddenly at a city. The thing that made me have that something ain't right here moment is the fact that when I ran up and down this city block, it just repeated. Unending.
What made me feel like something ain't right was whenever I went and talked to the guy feeding the birds. And he was just like, oh, hello, sir. Instead of being like, what the fuck is wrong with your face?
Yeah! I thought that too! I was thinking, although I was also thinking, when I escaped, see, this is, if you just let me talk a little bit for like a second longer. The thing I was wondering is, the fact that we had the willpower to wake up, maybe we were never actually scarred. That was just like another way of the forest trying to keep us disjointed from other people. And the doctor had no chance of recognizing us that way. Despite the fact that he was already fucking batshit insane. So, I was thinking, potentially, okay, either A, when we woke up, or sorry, not when we woke up at the tree, when we escaped, quote unquote, and were like walking down the streets and everything, we were no longer scarred, because it never happened. Some shit like that. Not saying that everything that happened in the woods was a dream or anything like that, but like what we never actually got scarred. That was like a trick on everybody's mind. Anyways, continue. That was one thought that went through my head when I talked to the bird guy.
I remember one of the evil things that I did was, I bashed the doctor's skull in. I just fucking cracked his skull open as he was backing away screaming.
Before you go to the swamp?
I was in the train car and bashed his skull in.
See, if I'd have known all that, I would have killed him. Like,
I didn't know all that. Like, that was just mine.
No, I'm not saying that you did. I'm saying, if I had known that he wasn't actually a doctor and all this shit, I did guess that the doctor, me, and Masiek, although at first, after you told me more stuff, after you told me that the traitor was not this Messiah guy, I remember I said that, but the only reason I even guessed the doctor being one of the people was because I could see that a doctor would have been sent with us, I guess. And he was the only other guy that seemed like a really important character. And I meant, like, obviously major important character because, you know, he's the guy who beats the shit out of you at the beginning and everything. But I never even thought about that fact, I guess. Like, I never thought about the fact... I feel really fucking stupid now because... What I'm trying to say is, if I would have known he was never a doctor, and he was just one of the guys sent with us, like, not because he was sent here as a doctor, how did I not fucking figure this out? Because it doesn't make any sense. If he was a doctor living here the entire time, then when I guessed at the third base that he was potentially one of these people writing these notes, I should have immediately been like, then how has he lived here forever? Congratulations, Dankwood. You pulled one over my eyes. I'm just a retard. See, I only spared him because I felt really bad when he started screaming, how am I supposed to help all these people? You know, I'm a normal doctor, not a fucking monster therapist, or whatever the fuck he says. It's essentially what he says. Hello?
Oh. I'm still here.
So how come you killed the doctor?
Because you fucking attacked me. That's it. He fucking attacked me. I didn't like that. Pissed me off. My whole playthrough was just based off spite of trying to find him and bash his skull in. When I found him, I was like...
See, I was like that when I first entered. When he backed off and knocked the table over and went off into the darkness where I couldn't see him again, I was approaching him, selecting which gun I wanted to blow his head off with the most. You know what I mean? Just got that fancy new rifle. I had that shotgun.
Whenever I saw the Wolfman, I was like, oh, this guy's badass. And then he called me meat. And I frowned at him and I said, I'm never talking to you again. And then never talked to him again.
You're very fragile. See, when he called me meat, I was like, I like this guy.
He called me meat and I was like...
I'm gonna win his trust. I'm gonna win this guy's trust. But here's where I'm bad. I was like, I'm gonna win this guy's trust. And I'm gonna, like, become besties with him. And then I'm going to kill him. That tells me some little parallels there between real life and that game. I don't like how that's going. No. It was just, I was imagining what would be fun if it was like a story in like a D&D campaign or something.
Anyway.
Or like a story.
He called me meat, and I was like, I remember I had a big dopey smile on my face, and I was like, this guy's awesome, he's so fucking cool, and then he called me meat, and I said, yeah, I don't want to fucking talk to him again. I just left my house and went without doing what the fuck I was doing. And I came back and he was gone. He was like, you could find me here, and I said, I'm never coming there, ever. You'll never see me near your goddamn shithole. Then I went to the next area, and he was like, oh, so the meat has capabilities. And I was like, fuck you. Why don't you go back to your fucking little hovel you have, faggot.
Fuck.
Then the third one, he was there too, and he was like, oh, you're actually pretty capable of surviving. And I said, fuck you. I was capable the first 2 times too. I just continued doing what I was doing. I just never talked to him. I never spoke to him. He always spoke to me.
I can see why you ended up with the musician then.
Well, the musician, he if you chase him down with a chicken lady, he's like, please don't fucking hurt me, please! Screaming top of his lungs from
Yeah,
underneath the tractor.
you were watching me when I did that.
Yeah, and I was like, well, damn. I guess I'm gonna help this kid. So I helped him. He was like, that beautiful lady in there.
When you were watching me, and she was like, that fucker's back again. I was like, there's gonna be some Slender Man looking ass playing his fucking violin out there. I am terrified. I went outside and seen something start to run, and despite the fact that I was really scared, I was like, I'm gonna run straight at it. So I fucking ran at it. I was like, hey, fucker! Get the hell out of here! And he went and hit onto the tractor, and I was like, what the hell? And I clicked the button to talk to him, and I couldn't see what he looked like. The fucking game is so dark. I had my gamma way down back then. So I couldn't see him until, I couldn't see him until I ran into him at that tower for the first time. Because I heard his music going.
Fast chocolate nuts.
Think fast, chocolate nuts.
Did you see a pair of Polish boobies?
Huh?
I said, do you want to see a pair of Polish boobies?
You talking about that chick who sent you nudes? You know, the point of getting nudes from somebody is that you don't show them to other people. It's like vile.
She lives in Poland, and that's the only time I've ever really felt it to be acceptable. Every other time I've never showed anybody.
I'm not saying you do all the time.
I'm
saying, right. I'm gauging. I wanted you to explain. I wanted to gauge, like, who is this person?
No, I feel bad if I show anybody that lives around me. So, like, my cousin James Taylor, all of his girlfriends, if he ever got nudes from them, he would show them to me. When I was like 13, he was 15. I'd be like, I would always cover my eyes and be like, dude, I have to see these people. I have to see these girls and speak to them. Like, I can't look at them the same. Like, it bothers me. Like, it really does. It bothers the fuck out of me.
It does, yeah.
I was like, dude, that's your fucking girlfriend and you're showing me her naked. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah, why would you do that? That's fucking weird. Yeah, I guess I don't mind.
But
you said you had tits and ass, though.
I do not have ass, because the ass photo will never be shared.
What the fuck? I don't want the booby ones.
Hey, fair enough. I'll just unsend them.
Got to get away.
Away.
Seriously though, why won't you send the ass ones? I'm an ass guy.
I am too, don't worry. But
don't worry, you have it. Then you'll send one but not the other.
You're right, I will. I told Mason the same thing. He was like, so you just got those two? And I said, nope, I have an ass picture, but I'm not showing that one.
Alright, they're weirdo. Our friendship literally just like got damaged.
Dude, okay. Fuck. She wrote something on her body. And that's why I don't want to fucking give it to you. She wrote it in fucking Margaret.
And what does it say?
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
What?
I don't want to talk about this any fucking further.
What could she have possibly written on there that is so fucking... Does she call you simp?
No. Okay, fine. Fuck me. She wrote Carter's property on it, and I was like, not bad.
What the fuck?
Hey, I didn't complain. I didn't tell her to write it. You know, it's just how it is.
And this is just some random chick in Poland that you've spoken to once?
I've spoken to her more than once. We talk all the time.
So I was cleaning out My stupid back brace on my lower teeth.
Oh, but I've spoken to her a lot of times. She's pretty cool. She's a cool person. But the other day, or yesterday I should say,
Ow!
like right after the power went out, I just kind of laid down in my room, just texting. I was texting her because she just woke up in the morning. And, I forgot what we were talking about. She's like, I gotta take a shower. And I was like, okay, go for it. I said, I'll talk to you later then. And, then out of nowhere she was like, I have presents. And she sent that to me. Sent those 2 photos to me. And I was like, punch it. I fucking pogged in real life when I saw that, and I was like, I was not expecting this.
How do you just find these people?
Eh.
How do you just like happen upon these people?
Most of these people are hoes.
I can tell. But I mean, where the fuck do you have these conversations? Were you in that political group chat for Sweden and some random Polish chick, some Polish whore is just like, oh Carter,
no.
this is your property? Why I
It's
just
a
gave
very-
a Polish chick an Irish accent? Don't ask me, okay?
No, so I use an app called Hello Talk, and I teach these people English, and they teach me their languages.
Pillow talk.
Hello Talk.
Oh, I was like, pillow talk, Carter. What kind of apps are you like looking for?
No, I teach them English, and they teach me whatever language I want to learn, whatever their mother language is. Like, I've got a friend named Victoria, and she's teaching me Polish. The girl that sent me those photos is named Julia. She lives in Poland, and I'm teaching her English. I have a friend, and her name was fucking Alice. His name is fucking Alice. She's Russian. I haven't talked to her in a while though. I had a Finnish girl that I was talking to and teaching her English. On this app, it's mostly women. Not many guys are on that app, because not many dudes are interested in learning languages. So they have this fucking American guy, like me, talking to him. They're like, oh, Americans are big and strong, even though I'm 5'7" and very weak. But they...
Do they know that?
No, they don't know that. They'll never know that.
How
Well, the first thing-
have they asked and you're just like, yes, I am 6'3".
Oh no, if they ask, I just tell them I'm 5'7".
Oh, okay.
They ask, I'm like, yeah, I'm 5'7". And they're like, oh, awesome, you're taller than I am, I'm 5'2".
Well, yeah, I guess.
And I'm like, this works out in my favor. They're only in Victoria.
I'm gonna
I
go
like her a
download
lot.
this app and hope that I find my true love.
Go for it. Victoria's been very kind to me. I was gonna talk about her for a minute.
Who?
Like, a lot. Her name's Victoria, another Polish girl that I'm friends with. I'm like, hello,
Not the one I'm
talk.
currently staring at.
No, that one's Julia. Different Polish girl. What? Get your own! Get... Whatever. Fucking, you're an asshole.
And you wouldn't
Yeah,
send me
last
this
night. Last night, whenever I fucking got those photos, I was like...
pic. Play the one where he screams after.
Yeah, that's about what it was like. Like, I got the photos and I was like... And then, about 30 minutes later, I was like... It was more like, this right here. This is Wolfenstein, by the way. This one. Oh, yeah, whoa. Yeah. Victoria. Her name is spelled like this. That's how her name is spelled.
Interesting.
It is. But talking to her, she has a lot of the same interests as I do. And she sent like a good bit of memes that I send you that are just really fucking like bizarre. She's the one that sends them to me. I forgot what meme I sent her or something, and it was like it was a racist meme. I didn't mean to send it to her. It's like, oh fuck.
Me when someone sends me nudes. It's from a Jerma comic, by the way.
That is the most terrifying photo I've ever seen in my life. Me when she sends me nudes and my best friend downloads them. Speaking of Jerma, I got a video to send you. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but if you have, then, or if you haven't, this is gonna be the funniest fucking thing you'll ever see from Jerma. Because I spent about, whenever I saw this, I spent about 30 minutes laughing at it.
I've got to get away. Fly away.
I'm just imagining looking at our chat from some, like, government agent's perspective.
He has no, like, he just thinks we speak in fucking...
Pictures?
Yes. Thinks we
Subtle,
have hidden
like, different
messages
types of
within
laughs
this.
and pictures.
Yes. He's like... Those bastards are up to something, I know it.
Oh, I've seen this. I think you sent this to me. That or I've just happened to seen it. Dude, I would do that because I do that to my cats. That's why I would go upstairs when they're being naughty and just go, "Rah!" and, like, fucking screech. Because it makes them stop. They just look at you like, what the hell? So if I was a substitute teacher and everybody was being retarded, I'd just go, "Rah!" fucking, like, screech like that. And they'd all look at me and be like, yeah, see, that got your fucking attention. Shut up! Eyes forward. I don't think she actually gave you an ass picture.
Okay.
Hey, a letter! I have friends! Oh, that's not a letter, that's a threat.
Yeah, he sent me this as well. That or I happen to have seen it. Your memes are over.
What?
Your memes are over. They're becoming old and overused.
Probably seen them like once.
Oh, that was cringe.
London tech company releases laptop with...
You sent that already.
I didn't send that one already. I didn't send that one.
Yes, you did.
I've never sent that one to you.
Yes, you
I've
have.
never
I
done
think
it.
You sent it to the. You sent like all of your memes to the
I
Discord.
do.
just a while ago.
I had a lot of them. I haven't sent this one though.
What happens if I continue this save that I beat? Is it just where it was
You'll
last
just
day?
be ongoing survival.
Wait, really?
It'll just be ongoing survival.
I can't escape again? Let us see. Let us see what happens. What time is it, by the way? Oh, it's
2
late.
a.m.
Oh, it's late.
The only problem with Victoria is
You mean Wikipedia?
yep. I'll send a meme, like the meme of fucking the raccoon that had been painted over by a fucking street sweeper. Like that,
That's
and
fun.
she'll be like, "That's awful. Why do you find that funny? It's an animal being hurt." And I'm like, "The animal's already dead."
Yeah.
I said, "I know it's a dead animal, but I think it's funny." It's okay if you find it funny.
That's good. Oh?
She asked me if I was a white nationalist, and I said yes, and she said good.
See, that's what I don't get. Are you a white nationalist? Yes, I am white, and I'm also a nationalist.
She was joking. Oh,
No, I get
okay.
that, but I mean, like, when people actually ask you. Well, I don't know why I say that. By the way, it's continuing at the epilogue. Sweet, I can get all the achievements. I'm gonna go sleep in the bed.
I want to get away.
I
Fly away.
I'm gonna get away. I don't know the words because this song annoyed the shit out of me as a kid. See, right here, when I walked up, he was like, "Good day, good day, good day," or whatever. I don't remember. The fact that nobody was freaking out at me, I was at first like, because my whole way running here, I was like, I look all fucked up, and I'm carrying like a shotgun. I've got like my double barrel on me. What is society gonna think of me? Coming out here with just loaded with like fucking bug scale armor and all this. And then he didn't react, and I was like, what? But I think it's a good like part of the story, if anything. It's like showing you that with this whole dream sequence, the reason everybody has failed to get away is because we're so willing to like come up with an excuse, a reason why, to justify. And my first thought was instantly, oh, I must not actually be scarred. That must have been like a trick of the woods. Yeah, when I went down to that basement, dude, I was like, shit ain't right. Shit ain't right. Shit ain't right. Shit is definitely not right. Shit ain't right. You know, something else I actually didn't notice the first time is what you see outside makes no sense. That doesn't make any sense. Look at that. It's a repeat over and over again, and it goes into your building. Look at that. That would continue into your
Yes.
building. It doesn't even make sense. And then if you look over here, it's a repeat of the street. Oh, that's like subtly telling you you are in the woods. I'm in the direction of the woods, and that's the first thing you see when you come out of the woods is the benches and shit right there. After the buildings that you pass by, I guess. But the buildings being in a weird angled line and everything, that was also odd to me. When you first come out of the, Good day. Good day, good day.
That dude was loading a fucking shotgun. You just walk past him all nonchalantly.
Huh?
That dude fucking has a loaded shotgun by the looks of it.
Me?
Yeah, that dude up there. Or back there, I should say.
You're saying that's him looking at me, walking to my house. Does he have a double barrel? Is that a fucking rifle on his belt? Why is this guy loaded? It's weird doing this and ignoring everything, like the cracks in the wall back there. Okay. Oh, you're right. I have a full head of hair here. When we're back in the woods, I'm like, I've barely got hair. You're right. We were fucked up. My bad. The fact that he was pale as hell was a little odd to me, I guess. Seemed to me like his skin was really dark gray and...
Have I ever told you how much I've always fucking hated Stuart Little?
You have. Now, see, I thought you were about to say how much you hated me, and I felt really bad for a moment. I didn't know what I did to deserve it that time. So I was like getting ready for you to say it, and I was like trying to think of what joke I must have made to deserve it this time. Usually you're joking, but it felt genuine because I didn't make a joke prior. It just seemed like you were genuinely on the verge of like, I fucking hate you. And I was like, what the fuck did I do?
No, I just had a thought come to my head about the little orphanage that Stuart Little was in, and all those kids in there.
Yes.
And they picked that fucking rat.
Two or three times now. This is like the third or fourth time.
I don't think you understand, Connor, how fucking much I hate that little rat. You laugh. I'm not laughing. I have a fucking pissed look on my face right now because I'm thinking of that little bastard. If I was one of those little orphans that watched as that fucking rat was adopted,
yes, we've had this.
I would.
You told me this.
I would fucking stomp it. I would fucking leave it as a red smear on the ground, as this stupid. I wouldn't even want to be adopted by that dumb fucking couple that adopted that little fucker.
Yeah, I remember the first time we had this conversation, you were like, have you ever thought about Stuart Little? And I was like, bro, I haven't even heard the name of that movie since I was like 5. And you were like, imagine being the kids. You just like threw away what I said. Imagine being the kids that watched a fucking rat get picked over you. And I was like, oh,
I want you, like, this is not something I've read. This is something, like, just me thinking.
I know.
Like, even when I was a kid, as a kid, I was like, I fucking hate you, little rat bastard. Fucking hate you.
See, I didn't like the kid or the parents all that much. I remember that I can still see their faces. Their acting was really weird. I didn't think anything about the rat though. I was like, it's CGI. I can't hate it.
Whenever, like, I was like 5 or 6 whenever I first watched that movie. And I remember the cat eating Stuart and had his tail sticking out, and I was like, swallow him! Swallow him! Eat him! Screaming at the top of my lungs. And I just took the movie out whenever he didn't eat him, and I watched fucking All Dogs Go to Heaven too.
I just realized something. Hold on, let me go look in here. The dog is... Huh. It's also acting differently since I didn't, like, do anything out there. I didn't go and investigate.
Yep.
You're a good boy. You're a good dog. You're the only dog that looks the same as the others but hasn't attacked me on sight. But I'm now realizing that everything... Dude, when you look outside, you can see there's roots and shit everywhere. Look at that. But as I investigated, That must, because those roots and shit, they aren't here now. So, if I didn't, I see what you meant now. You have to, like, search everywhere. I followed that advice. You have to, like, it's the roots that you're seeing in your apartment and all over the place as you look around, that's like, the cracks, the crack in the reality or whatever, I can't remember the saying.
Mm-hmm.
The break in the fourth wall for your character, he's like realizing, okay, shit, never changed, nothing's right. And then when you get to your apartment, you can see the roots because you investigated. You broke the you like broke the, you know what I meant, I already said it. Buy dog I never had.
Where's my wife I never had?
Well, the note says that she's out and she made you some soup. I really wish I'd waited to play this with you. I was so excited, dude. I couldn't. Like, I think I could wait now, you know, but I know I wasn't able to. It's been 54 days. I'm just realizing, are these... Huh. A sedating warmth washes over me. A warmth of security and happiness. These white sheets are the being. It's like when I stuck my hand into the being.
Yep.
And with this, the team of 3 failed their task. And I forever become one of those fucking gross, undulating, spine-broken bodies, sleeping in the woods forever. The trees make faces. Three children. So that's how the fucking snail died there. I was wondering what the fuck. When I found his body there, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't get to read the one about the elephants because I was fucking looking at the trees trying to find faces. Well, don't need to watch that again. There's nothing better than finishing a good game and just thinking about it as the credits roll. Wow. Is there any downside to skipping the prologue? Like, you don't get anything after the prologue. If you did the prologue, I don't think. I think you even spawn with the rubber duck.
You can skip it.
Okay. I'm gonna do hard because I remember reading that in the original game they planned to have it be like a limited life system, right?
You read that, or you heard me say that? Because that was one of the things I first told you.
Oh yeah, that would have been you. My bad. Hey man, it's hard to remember. It's like I said, 12 perception, 2 intelligence. But luckily I apparently have the idiot savant perk on top of that, so my low intelligence actually turns into like some sort of god tier level of luck. Know what I'm saying? Fuck. It's funny. And oh, I can see the lives I have. Oh, wait, did I? So wait, you do gain segments of health as you level up. Hello?
Hello.
Do you gain segments of health as you level up? I remember that Vitality perk gives you another segment, but... Or am I remembering
So
wrong?
it begins. How'd you get the same fucking positioning on that house again? Fuck.
Okay, apparently I'm lucky.
Bag it.
Game was rigged from the start. Glad I did though. I'm familiarized with this look. I know what I'm saying. Do. lead here and cook. Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna leave that there. When I go to the second hideout, I'm just gonna bring all the mushrooms with me. Doo-doo. Right, time to head out. I only just now remembered that the day is not paused the first day, is it? Wasted a good chunk of time there. But it's whatever, mate. It's whatever. We're gods. We can do whatever we want. Forgot you haven't played God of War. That was a reference to that. Positioning of this is different, though. You know, I still remember when you complimented me when I didn't run into that first trap here, and I still feel good about it.
Well, when I was like, I have ran into that trap a billion times, and you don't
No,
run
you
into
said
it. How the hell?
you're doing better than most people. Usually people just run right into that, and I was like, in my head, I was like, yes. I succeeded at not being ding-dong.
Well, even me, I fucking like ran in there and fucking did a goddamn hopscotch dance into the fucking bear trap.
Well,
Like
you see, with my IQ level, I'm just...
But don't worry, I made sure to make myself look retarded by jumping through the window, not knowing you could, and landing on a bear trap.
That was me stepping into the bear trap.
Yeah, it was fucking funny.
Whenever I first played this game, I was like having fun, and then I stepped in the bear trap in that fucking room because I sprinted into it. And I was like,
your first descent into darkness. Dude, what was I gonna say? I did not end up regretting having the perk to eat mushrooms. Do you remember how I kind of was saying I regret taking that at first?
Mhm.
It's because I didn't need it then. It came in super handy. Like, when I got to the point where mushrooms weren't even really worth cooking almost, and instead I would just like, I'd find them out in the woods and I need a little health so I'd eat them, or I'd just pick up what I found while running through the swamp, especially in the swamp, and I'd save it. And then as soon as I got into combat, I'd more than likely end up needing a mushroom or something.
I was just talking to Victoria. I texted her, and I was like,
Hey, I'm sipping, so...
I was like, hey, you play video games? She was like, she goes, hell yes I do.
Coach.
Never mind.
Continue.
I'm a gay. Gay. Because I said, okay, never mind. You're a bastard, I hate you.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't call you gay. I said, okay, coach. Run! Fucking run! Fucking run! My torch is about to go out, eh? Oh, I just realized that's a fucking, that ain't a savage that chases you out of here. That was a... Yeah, it is! It is one of them! Chompers. I remember I recognize those fucking sounds anywhere. There's a torch, eh? Fuck it, I'm gonna take the shrooms. I do want to get some levels. Okay, what is it? It's like 11 or 12 in game, I'm guessing. Hello there. Hello there. Okay, I want to ask, what does the far look perk actually change? Does it just let me look a little further with this? Yeah, it does. That is it, doesn't it? Oh, hey there. Hey, you know where any lumber is? Oh, I found him on the day one! I tried on two different saves and I could not find his camp. On one of the saves, I actually fucking ran right by his camp and didn't notice. I was not aware of doing at the beginning. My God, I was literally just thinking as I was running through the woods, I'd really like if I stumbled on his camp right now. Oh shit, he's right next to the Silent Woods entrance. Silent Forest. Do I have the exact same fucking layout as before? I mean, some stuff is different, but... like, the way my old woods, dry meadow, and Silent Forest, it's the exact fucking same. Got wood? Give me wood. Oh my god. Hello? Lumber! I need lumber. There's a puppy. Can't deal with that right now. Anybody got some trunks? It's getting later. You can't find wood over by that hideout, can you? I don't know if you can.
Doc, come on, man. Alright.
Oh, don't come at me. Don't come at me. Don't come at me like I fucking hurt you. You rat. So, get away from the crate, you mongoloid. Hey. Hey. Fucking bit. Oh, I have boards and nails on me. I don't think I have enough nails, though. I got the shit loot. Hey. You there. You're finally awake. Are you just like simping out for this girl right now? That's why you're not saying anything? I'm just
No, I'm thinking about buying Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I did on my computer, and then they shut down the servers the day after I bought it. So I had one really good day of nostalgia and playing with people online. They were all celebrating the game's death. Well, not celebrating that it was dying, you know what I mean. Celebrating the game. I was like, I just got this game, and people were like, F, F, F in chat for me. Oh, fuck, that was a good day. A red egg. I could have been cooking those for days and days and days in game, and I just never knew to buy. Can I almost buy a watch? Four lives is actually pretty decent, all things considered. Oh, hello. Hello. What were you considering getting Battlefront 2 on?
PS4.
PS. What? It's not like a part of PlayStation Now. You're being serious, like you can actually get.
What? Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2 by EA. Not the old one. Yeah.
Oh. My bad. Mini dumb. Mini very, very stupid.
Battlefront 2 is one of the best games I've ever played.
The first one? The original?
Put it on the Xbox. Get a
Said
wave
nope.
of sadness hit me. I feel like I just went into a deep depression.
Yeah, it was definitely. I've gotten a lot of fond memories of that game when I was a kid. Also got one really not so fond one between me and my family, but my cousins that I don't see anymore.
DLC supported. Excuse me? No fucking way.
If you get Battlefront 2 on PS4, let me know, I'll download it.
Okay.
It is a really, really decent game. Like, after EA was forced not
What the
to
hell?
chuckle fucks about it, you know what I mean?
Family friendly, Wreckfest, Monster Jam, Power Rangers, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite, and Bioshock Remastered, not very family friendly.
What the... No... Like,
Oh yes.
Bioshock 2
Family-
and 1 especially are not family friendly.
Friday the 13th, the game, family friendly. Oh,
Wow,
yes.
it's because it's considered a party game. That's fucking stupid. It's not a oh my god.
Oh, Hotline Miami 2.
But you
Family
have to remember,
friendly.
like, people like you, chucklefucks like you grew up watching horror movies, right? When you were little kids.
Yeah. Chuckle.
That's not
My name
normal.
is not Chucklefuck.
I said chucklefucks like you. That's not normal. Like, I wasn't allowed to do that. I didn't see my first horror movie until I was, like, older.
Yeah, when I was really little, I used to fucking watch a lot of horror movies, and it led to my imagination being really, really overactive, so now I'm afraid of the dark.
I was
That
terrified
toy.
of the dark for a long time. Like, I mean a long time.
If I could just get PlayStation Now, do I get all these fucking games of this?
No, don't get PlayStation now.
Why?
It's not good. Carter, hold on,
Oblivion
before
is
you
on
freak out.
here. I have
You
to
can't
get
even
it.
connect to SharePlay with me. You really think you can hold a stable streaming speed for video games? That's going to be the worst experience you've ever had in your life, and you're going to regret spending money. I wouldn't get it now with my internet. I've got 100 megabyte per second download speed. I would do it with Dottie's internet. He's got like 300 megabytes per second.
Giving me like a bad,
He's got like
taste of
1,000. Dottie
depression.
has like some god tier internet.
This is Daddy.
Yeah, he's Dottie. He deserves it.
You know, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
living in Texas for a while, I tell you.
He will.
Yeah. I'm be stationed in Texas.
And I'm not invited? I want a yeehaw.
Alright, come to Texas then.
Well, I
Drive to
can't
Texas
because,
and... Yeah, I didn't think so.
yeah, I don't have a car. I was saying you
Idiot.
should buy me a plane ticket or some shit.
Why the fuck would I buy you a goddamn plane ticket?
I don't know, Mr. I work all day, every day. I'm a man
I'm
now.
not. Yep, I'm in Texas, you're right. I'm in Texas right fucking now. You have cracked the Da Vinci Code.
What? No, I said you fucking work at a shop, don't you? You're getting money, and then when you're working there, you'll get money. That's how I expected you to do it if you did it. I wasn't
Oh,
actually...
you pay for my plane ticket.
I was just about to say I wasn't even actually being serious about that. See? By the way, what's up with this brook? I never figured out anything here. There's a generator here and everything, and there's like that room up there. Actually, you know what? The first time I was here, I never saw that room light up. Did I? Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that. I'm gonna leave now.
Why'd you add me in the Discord and say loudly screams and fades away?
Because that, let's talk about the memes, bro. The...
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I get it now.
yeah, that was my... I was saying that was my reaction to what JD sent with the lemon thing. Yeah, so I added you in the thing and said, you know, like, laughs and then fades away, whatever. Fuck
I farted, it's wet, and I don't want to move. Rest in peace.
It's like me whenever I get fucking hit. Like whenever somebody pokes me in the stomach or something, I go, ah, like that. I do.
Farted, it's wet, you know.
Yes! God blast the vent card! Ah! I farted, it's wet, and I don't want to move.
That's my favorite
I
one.
am sitting here, getting stiff. I am Took. Am Took. I am Took. I'm gonna make you my bitch.
Yeah, that's the other one. I was trying to remember which one I thought was funny. It's fucking raw!
Now I have time to play with myself. I could
Oh,
use
yeah.
a quick blow.
And the last one in the video was Half-Life. And it's Gordon Freeman standing there with a crowbar in his hand and he just vanishes. Without saying anything.
Oh, cause yeah, that's funny because he's silent. It's funny. Remember how I refused to make chain traps? I didn't make chain traps until I was at the third hideout for a long time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what these do. And then I made one, stepped it in intentionally, and I was like, these are pretty cool.
These are pretty cool.
They did what I thought they would.
I think it may, in fact, be pretty dark out.
I thought about the fact if I ever become like a rich person, what I'm doing with my money is I'm gonna create an exact replica of the Red Baron's plane and just fly it. That's all I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. That's gonna be my retirement, just flying that plane. You're gonna be
What's
like,
this
who
code
the
again?
fuck is it?
2107?
You're gonna be like, is that actually the Red Baron flying around in the sky right now? As I'm like, Ends up diving towards the ground, a fucking World War II Stuka.
Are you still watching this stream, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Alright, what's this code? 19... Oh, wait. It's... There's 2
2919.
9s in it, right?
2919.
2919, okay. I was close. I think it was a 2...
I was close. I was close.
I wasn't sure if it was a 1 or an O, but I wouldn't have known the order, I don't think.
Sean Connery.
Wah, 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 wah.
Outside at nighttime, like Connor at the beginning of playing this game would have fucking shit his pants being outside during the dark.
Yeah. Probably would've.
He'd have been like, no! No! Hey, remember, don't get the one thing that you complained about forever. Mushroom healing.
I said I actually ended up liking it.
Oh, you fucking do you then. Was that before or after you fucking mauled to death the mushroom lady?
Oh. No, that was way before that. It was sometime before I went to the swamp, because I had started realizing I could just, like, pick mushrooms and eat them as I was exploring and in need of help. And that made it so I could save up inventory space. I would just carry 3 alcohol bandages on me for, like, emergencies. Then once I got the perk that, I can't remember what it was called, the perk that made it so you heal slower, I just stopped bringing medics with me at all and just started eating mushrooms as I found them. No, I would bring pills with me because they were the only thing that would like really heal me in a pinch. Bandages didn't heal fast enough anyway.
I couldn't have been in World War One.
See, here's the thing. If you aren't able to get healing by eating wood later on, because you want to get like the bear trap perk so you don't set off traps the first time you step in one, then mushroom healing is basically the wood perk, but like a little weaker. Know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm glad it let me use the thing to cook. I was like, oh shit, I didn't get, like, you know what I mean? I didn't do my stuff in time. Ooh, you know what, actually? I thought it was already past 20 when I went to cook, and I thought all my mushrooms were gonna fucking rot. Now it's nighttime, it's making that sound effect. Yeah, remember how much I would panic when I couldn't close this on time? Oh, I've already got good memories of this game. I love it. I'll place that there, closer to the window.
Can't wait to see a savage trigger that fucking trap right there and be like, get this shit off me!
Get this shit off me! Get this shit off me!
You know what's more important than moving this light right now? Probably making a weapon.
Yeah?
Mimi's smart. Mimi,
No.
very big brain. Yes, Mimi, your refusal to acknowledge it has affirmed my belief. Mimi, so goddamn hyper intelligent that you too afraid to admit. Knew it. You be quiet out there. Hey. Oh, hey. You tried, game. I got you. Hey there. Did you run into the fucking trap? Retard. Welcome to my humble abode, you stupid mutt. That's for the dog that I never had. The door's just wide open. Oh, I have no nails. When did I use all my... Oh, this fucking... Yo, right as day 2 hit, my fucking sleeping pill started kicking in. Look at how close I was to having that right. I thought I was looking right at him, but I just had to turn to the right a little bit. Roughly my size. I'm only just now realizing, I get that they made the comparison later that his skin was pale white like paper. Yeah, I'd seen that before, but I'm only just now realizing that there's that stringy goo from his arms as though they're veins reaching to his glove. It's really interesting. And I've only just now realized that the thing on his head is actually a potato sack. The hood, I mean. Specifically, not the giant hazmat suit thing. Carter did not hear a word his friend said while he stared at pictures of boobies from foreign girls from far-off lands.
I heard that.
Need to stick together, brother. He calls you his brother because he's literally you. This fucking game. The only thing I regretted was that you can't really show him anything other than the photo of a road throughout the entire game. I was hoping for more interactions from him. But you do get interactions every time you solve some story quest type shit. He's like, shaking you by your neck collar. Stay here. I love you. Don't leave, please. No. Fucking echo thing. Piotrax sells the military flashlight, right? Do 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 do. 265. Make sure you didn't step on the chain strap on your way out, buddy. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss. Like a Truman Show moment or some shit.
Excuse me?
I said I'm having like a Truman Show moment or some shit.
Why, what's happening?
I went and ate some donut, by the way. That's why it was so long. But I came back. I walked by my laundry room, and all the machinery's like going off, like sump pump and heater, water heater. I don't know, but it's all going off, and the heater is going on, so the house is like getting heated. And all I can hear coming out of my laundry room as I come downstairs and walk by is just like those red blurbs
For you.
that give you fear, right? Right. And I walk by and I'm like, now hold on a second. Where have I heard this before? I look in there and it's just all normal in there. But see, we have this like, we have the litter box in there. And just help us smell. We have like an essential oil thing, like a diffuser or whatever. And it lights up, can light up any color of the rainbow or whatever. And you can have it set to like fluctuate between colors. But right now it's set on like a pink red. So I hear this fucking sound, and I come downstairs with half a donut shoveled into my mouth, and I hear as I'm getting closer, and I just see this red ink coming out of the laundry room, and I'm like, of course, me being the brave son of a bitch that I am, I just turned in there and looked in there and was like, oh, yeah, it's the essential fuser thing. Huh. I left. Here I am. The reason I started having like a Truman Show moment is because I was like, what if that's like when the guy woke up in the game? He just started seeing like shit from the woods in real life, quote unquote. And he like keeps finding shit and starts breaking the cracks in the simulation, right? And then I was like, what if you're one of them? What if you're one of the things? Like, everybody knows that I'm like insane. I'm in this fucking sim. And you're just one of the fucking people. I can't remember what my logic path was as I was sitting there taking a piss. And I'm like, so like there would be ones that they send to like watch me, right? Live ones, live whatever the fuck is keeping me here. And they would know what I'm thinking. They know right now that I'm thinking this. They're worried I'm figuring it out. I don't remember. I was thinking random shit like that. And basically my direct line of thinking was that you're one of these things, or alien creatures, or what the fuck ever, that are actually watching me. You're not really my friend. You're just like keeping tabs on me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that'd be fucking, wouldn't that just be wacky? You know? Are you gonna start giving me product placements now, like PolishTitties.com? Is that why you were telling me about that fucking app for learning languages? Was that your product placement, huh? Huh? Where's the door, Carter? Show me
Hunter,
the
you're
big red
fucking-
button that frees
You're
me.
schizophrenic. You're schizo. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. It sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse.
You
I
sure
will
did
keep
change
you,
the
Susie, busy.
subject there real quickly.
Make your head with that
After
heat grow
accusing me
dizzy.
of being a schizo, I think
Tear
I
and
figured
I
it
your
out.
just will tear, so shall I, oh hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. dies in diet, lord and word, sword and sward, Britain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague. Careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Oven, oven, how and low. Script, receipt, show poem and toe.
Anyways, you know I was joking, right?
Nope, you're a Skelzore.
Okay. "21st century schizoid man." Bwow, ba-da-da, bwow, 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 da-da-da, bwow, bwow. Bwow, 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 ba-da-da, bwow, 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 bwow. What was I doing? I don't remember why I was staying here. So I got my board. See, here's the thing. The reason I didn't go straight to the Silent Woods, or Silent Meadow, Silent Forest, I don't remember, is because I want to see if I can get the door event, where I get the code to the thing. Is that actually how you get the wedding invitation?
Yeah, you wait for them to knock on the door.
And only in this hideout. Should I stay here until I get the invitation? Or just fuck around? Got it. Sounds like a plan of action. Okay, I need some gasoline. Dogs stay up here. I suppose there's a car all wrapped up there. What? I just hit the fucking dog and nothing happened. Fuck you, game. You fucking threw me off. I fucking hit it and fucking nothing fucking happened. If you're watching the stream, rewind that and watch me club that dog straight in the fucking head and nothing happens. Fucking game.
What did you say?
When that dog first ran at me, I clubbed it right in the fucking head. Its face was inside of me when I hit it, and nothing happened, and then my guy stood there, and then it hit me. It runs up to me, it's literally inside of me, I swing, nothing happens. And then, like, it doesn't even hit me then. Like, at first. It stands there for a moment, and then it attacks me. It's like even it was confused at the fact that my hit didn't register. Of course, there's a whole fucking pack of them here. Rats. Dogs do. They really wanted that meat. Get some of this meat.
When you're DMing, but one of the players comes up with a better plot twist than you, than the one you had planned. After all, why not? Why shouldn't I keep it?
Where's that from?
For the rings.
Huh?
Bilbo. He has the ring and he's like, after
Oh,
all, why
yeah.
shouldn't I keep it?
That is true, you ain't lying. That is indeed what it is from. Toolbox, toolbox. Forgot about that. You're not even watching the stream.